Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV. I'm Vedant Agarwal. Our lead story, well, the Delhi air emergency, and it is now virtually a medical emergency in the national capital with the air quality now beyond the 450 mark. It's in the upper range of the severe category. And as I said, it's a medical emergency. And now the highest level of the graded response action plan, GRAP 4, will now be implemented from Monday 8 a.m. This essentially means that there will be a total ban on construction activities, also a ban on heavy goods vehicles. But the most important thing is that, well, schools are now shut across the national capital except classes 10th and 12th. Now this becomes critical. In fact, Ishika Verma is now joining us live on the phone line. Ishika, this is the situation that we were dreading all along, and certainly the situation is worse than last year as well. Yet again, schools shut, extremely unfair on the children of the national capital as well.
Yes, certainly, Vedant, as you rightly mentioned, and in fact, as you termed it, that this is certainly an air emergency that we are seeing here in the national capital. Now, in fact, from tomorrow, the last stage of graded response action plan will be imposed in the national capital. And in fact, we are seeing that the Chief Minister herself has informed now that till further orders, all the schools across the national capital will be going online except for classes 10 and 12. So certainly, the children here, if we talk about their education, that certainly is also now being impacted because of, the poor implementation of the graded response action plan across Delhi-NCR region. Now, what is also important, Vedant, here is that tomorrow Environment Minister in Delhi government, Gopal Rai, has also in fact called for a meeting with the officials of various departments on graded response action plan and, stage 4 particularly, and that will be held at 12 p.m. So certainly it remains to be seen what more directions will come out. But certainly, Vedant, if we talk about the implementation so far, it seems to be that it is worse from last year. We've seen the court also intervening this time, but that also, did not show any impact. And we have now entered the last stage of graded response action plan. Over to you.
Ishika, thanks very much for joining us for the latest there. This, as we also look at the weather conditions, the meteorological conditions are certainly not favorable, particularly for the coming 2 to 3 days. There's an orange alert for fog, and this is certainly smog and not fog that we see here in the national capital year after year. These emergency measures being imposed which do little good to the national capital. We need long-term measures that target pollution at the source level. But moving now to the latest from the poll-bound states. Well, the Election Commission has now ordered a takedown of the BJP's contentious social media posts. This, of course, after the Congress had complained against the BJP, saying that divisive content is being posted by the Jharkhand BJP. Let me go straight across to our senior colleague Sunil Prabhu joining us on the phone line. So, Sunil sir, the Congress all along has had this grouse against the Election Commission that it does not take any action against the BJP, against the Prime Minister, the Home Minister, but the Election Commission has been pretty prompt this time around in these 2 state elections in acting on complaints by the Congress, especially on divisive comments.
That's right, because they say that prima facie they find it violative of the Code of Conduct and immediately have ordered the Chief Electoral Officer of Jharkhand to immediately direct the BJP Jharkhand to take down the said post, as well as tell the various social media platforms, that is X, that they have to immediately take it down, and this is violative of the Model Code of Conduct. They've also asked them to act under the IT Act so that the Twitter media platforms will immediately take it down, as well as an FIR to be lodged for what is they believe something that is completely unacceptable at this stage. So definitely the false narrative. This, of course, is a video which had targeted a certain religious minority in terms of infiltration, and it's in that context that the JMM had petitioned the CEO of Jharkhand. The Congress had petitioned the Election Commission this evening, and it's in that context that the Election Commission has acted swiftly ahead of the last phase of voting that is going to take place in Jharkhand. So definitely some action from the Election Commission in this regard.
All right, Sunita, thanks very much for joining us with the latest there. So the Election Commission's action on the Jharkhand BJP. Meanwhile, the situation in Manipur, well, unrest prevails as violence has certainly returned to the state. The Home Minister, in fact, has chaired a crucial meeting on the security situation there as well. The CRPF DG, remember, on Sunday was rushed to Manipur. This is as the security situation is, of course, deteriorated in Manipur, in Imphal, particularly in the valley region. We saw violent protests, vandalism, arson as well. Also in Jiribam, which certainly has been the epicenter of violence in the state. So the security situation remains a huge concern for both the state government and the centre. Politically as well, the ally NPP has in fact withdrawn support. So pressure is mounting on the Biren Singh government. But what really was on agenda as far as the Home Minister's meeting is concerned? Earlier we spoke to Aishwarya for more.
Home Minister Amit Shah today reviewed the security situation in Manipur and directed top officials to take all possible steps to ensure peace in the state of Manipur as well. Now remember, yesterday only there was a directive that was issued to the central forces who are deployed in the Manipur that they should bring back peace and normalcy in the state, and all efforts need to be made regarding that. Now tomorrow we have been told that Amit Shah will be holding a larger meeting with senior officials over there at the MHA today, tomorrow afternoon. Remember, it was today Amit Shah was was supposed to be in Vidarbha for his election rally, but he cancelled that particular tour because of the prevailing situation of law and order in the state of Manipur. And it was DG of the CRPF, Anish Dayal, who was rushed to the state of Manipur. Today there were coordinated efforts that was being made, consolidated meetings being planned by the state government officials as well as the CRPF Jawan, the Assam Rifles, the Indian Army as well, and to bring any sort of solution. The Home Minister clearly had directed them to take all possible steps to ensure peace after the bodies that were recovered and the clashes that were reported in the state of Manipur. So yes, tomorrow would be an important meeting, but new directions the Home Ministry can give is something that remains to be seen, but perhaps a very difficult situation at this stage where Manipur has seen fresh clashes.
And moving now to the big headline from the national capital, well, Kailash Gehlot, Arvind Kejriwal's number 2 and the senior-most leaders, among the senior-most leaders in the Aam Aadmi Party, has quit, has dumped the Aam Aadmi Party right ahead of the assembly poll. Somebody who's seen as a backroom strategist. He headed crucial departments here in the national capital as well, and of course has been Arvind Kejriwal's top aide for decades now. Take a look. In a major setback for the Aam Aadmi Party ahead of the upcoming assembly polls, senior leader and top minister Kailash Gehlot has resigned from the primary membership of the party and the Council of Ministers. Right after he put up his resignation, Delhi Chief Minister Atishi accepted it. Gehlot was a two-time MLA from Delhi's Najafgarh. In a letter addressed to the Aam Aadmi Party chief, Gehlot said, "Political ambitions have overtaken the party's commitment towards people, leaving many promises unfulfilled." Reacting to his resignation, the Aam Aadmi Party said Gehlot was under pressure from central agencies like the Enforcement Directorate and the CBI.
देखिए उनके ऊपर भी ईडी और सीबीआई के काफ़ी केसेस चल रहे थे, इनकम टैक्स के केसेस भी चल रहे थे, उनके परिवार पर भी चल रहे थे और निश्चित तौर पर भाजपा ने अपने गंदे षड्यंत्र के तहत वापस से अपना एलाइज सीबीआई और ईडी को सक्रिय कर दिया है और इस बार उन्होंने जेल की स्ट्रगल से बेहतर बीजेपी जाना समझा।
Delhi BJP president has also said that the Aam Aadmi Party's own leaders are showing them the mirror and that Kailash Gehlot took a bold step for the greater good of the people of Delhi.
कैलाश गहलोत के इस्तीफे का मैं स्वागत करता हूं, लेकिन साथ ही साथ अरविंद केजरीवाल तुम्हारे भ्रष्टाचार की जो गाथा लिखी गई है, कैलाश गहलोत ने आज उसका एक आईना भर दिखाया है। अरविंद केजरीवाल के साथ जो लुटेरों का गैंग बना हुआ है, अब उसमें वहाँ हर वो आदमी जो दिल्ली को अच्छी दिल्ली बनाना चाहता है, बेहतर दिल्ली बनाना चाहता है, वो वहाँ रुकेगा नहीं, उनको छोड़ के बाहर आएगा।
In another parallel development, senior BJP legislator Anil Jha, who is a two-time MLA from Kirodi, joined hands with the Aam Aadmi Party.
दिल्ली में 2 सरकारें हैं, एक दिल्ली की राज्य सरकार है और एक दिल्ली में केंद्र सरकार है। दोनों सरकारों के पास दिल्ली के संबंध में पावर भी हैं और रिसोर्सेज भी हैं। केंद्र सरकार के पास तो अथाह पैसा है, कोई कमी नहीं है। 6800 किलोमीटर की मैंने सीवर पाइपलाइन डलवाई है, 10,000 किलोमीटर की मैंने सड़कें बनवाई है, 6800 किलोमीटर की मैंने नालियां बनवाई है, पता नहीं कितने काम करवाए हैं, कितने मोहल्ला क्लिनिक, कितने स्कूल बनवाए हैं हम लोगों ने।
अनिल जी हमारे पुराने साथी हैं और अब देखिएगा वो जिस योजना से गए वो वापस भी आएंगे।
Ahead of the assembly elections, a lot of political development took place in Delhi today, where on one hand, a senior Aam Aadmi Party leader Kailash Gehlot resigned from the party today. On the other hand, senior BJP legislator Anil Jha joined hands with Aam Aadmi Party today. While both the parties are accusing other of the corruption and the lack of work, inside of Delhi, it is yet to be seen how this new development is going to impact the upcoming assembly polls. With camera person Pawan Kumar, this is Anushka Garg for NDTV.
And now the big headline from Karnataka. Well, the BJP has claimed that it's gotten a clean chit by the Loka Ayukta, which is the anti-corruption body, the corruption watchdog in Karnataka, in the 40% commission case. Remember, this was a politically contentious case in which the erstwhile Bomai government was embroiled in. In fact, several officials are in jail as well. But the Chief Minister says that, well, the release of some suspects does not amount to a clean chit.
ಕೆಂಪಣ್ಣವರ ಆರೋಪದ ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ತಗೊಳ್ತದೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಆರೋಪ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ. ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಕಮಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. ಅದ್ರ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ ನಾನು. ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ನೋಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಕಾಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಅನೇಕ ವಿಚಾರಗಳು ಸಾಕ್ಷಿಗಳ ಇಲ್ದೇನೆ ವಜಾ ಆಯ್ತವೆ. ಹಾಗಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ತಪ್ಪೇ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ ಅರ್ಥ.
ಈ ನಿರುದ್ಯೋಗಿ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟರ್ಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ಸಿನ ಟೂಲ್ ಕಿಟ್ ಆಗಿ 40% ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಬೊಮ್ಮಾಯಿ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ಮುಖ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಹಗರಣ ಆಗಿದೆ ಹಲವಾರು ಬಾರಿ ನೋಟಿಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಅಟೆಂಡೇ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಲೋಕಾಯುಕ್ತ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಚಿಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅವರು.
Welcome back. The latest from poll-bound Maharashtra. Well, the Election Commission's back-check spree continues. This, of course, is procedural, but this time around has become a huge political flashpoint between the government and the opposition. After the Home Minister, various union ministers, chief ministers, now Sharad Pawar's bags were also checked by poll officials, and also Uddhav Thackeray. In fact, Uddhav Thackeray's bags are being checked for the 3rd time around. So this has certainly become an interesting spectacle there in poll-bound Maharashtra. And now our special report from Maharashtra. Well, Chhagan Bhujbal, somebody who is a key OBC face and also the former Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, certainly one of the tallest leaders there, known for his comments which sometime turn against his party, spoke exclusively to NDTV's Anuj Raite. Listen to what he had to say.
When we talk about the word religion, an important point that comes to my mind is the narrative that the Bharatiya Janata Party has been trying to spread across the state with statements like "batenge to katenge" or the very divisive statements according to the opposition. So how does the NCP read into it?
We have already, our Ajit Pawar, myself, we are always saying that we are the followers of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, Mahatma Jyotirao Phule, Shahu Maharaj, Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar. And in our ideology, we want each and every caste and all kinds of religions together, and I'm working for all of them. And here we don't talk about the religion and about the caste and about the party. No. I said my caste is development, my religion is development, my party development. Everything only for development. We speak about development and nothing but a development.
I spoke about development. Now, I went across Yeola today, and most of the places I found that they're well connected. The water situation seems good, but there are several villages where the inter-village, roads are still not in the best of shapes. Why do you?
That I am having some more than the 160 villages, and if in 2004, even if we one farang, the village is just in front of you, you will not able to approach it because you have to go have the round of 5 kilometers. Because in between you'll find some small rivers and some canals, this and that, and no road. But now each and every village is connected by the main roads. Yes, it's true that some of the roads are, require the repairing, etc., or the renewal, etc. That we are doing it. But sometimes the village roads are, I do agree, are in bad conditions. Now we have got the ample money for that also, funds, etc. And even in the tenders, etc., everything is ready now. But the work will start after the elections and, that code of conduct, etc.
So my final question is that leading up to this election, we saw that both the alliances, Mahavikas Aghadi and Mahayuti, tried to have some sort of caste consolidation in the majority of the constituencies. It is seen in several places. Do you think that it will have any impact on elections here in Yeola?
In my constituency, I don't have, it will have any impact. And as I already told you, here we don't talk about the caste, religion, party, etc. We talk about the development only. People are trying to the people that because I have done so much of work, and my opposite people, they have done not done anything, a single work. So naturally, they are taking talking about this caste and this and that. We don't talk it, and people know that Mr. Bhujbal has done each and every development of this constituency. People are with me, of all castes.
Thank you, sir. This was Mr. Bhujbal, who believes that his religion and his caste is only development. With camera person Mahesh Halwai, this is Anuj Raite reporting for NDTV 24/7 from Yeola.
And now the big international headline, when the Prime Minister was conferred with the top honour in Nigeria. Listen to what he had to say before he embarked for the next leg of his visit.
नाइजीरिया के राष्ट्रीय पुरस्कार ग्रांड कमांडर ऑफ द ऑर्डर ऑफ द नाइजर से सम्मानित किए जाने पर मैं आपका, नाइजीरिया की सरकार और लोगों का हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। मैं इस सम्मान को विनम्रता और आदर भाव से स्वीकार करता हूं और इस सम्मान को 140 करोड़ भारतवासियों और भारत नाइजीरिया की गहरी मित्रता को समर्पित करता हूं।
Meanwhile, looking at some other news, Mohammed Yunus, the head of the interim government in Bangladesh, has announced that there would be an election roadmap soon as far as Bangladesh is concerned. Let me go straight across to my colleague Mohammed Ghazali joining us on the phone line. Ghazali has also talked about the extradition of Sheikh Hasina from India.
Yeah, so after marking 100 days in office in a televised address today, Mr. Yunus, the advisor of the interim government in Bangladesh, pledged to hold Sheikh Hasina and others accountable for the hundreds of deaths during the student-led protest that ended her 15-year rule. And he was quoted saying that we will seek the return of the fallen autocrat Sheikh Hasina from India, and also added that he has already discussed the matter with International Criminal Court Chief Prosecutor Karim Khan. So that's a big development, and it comes at a time when Indian envoy to Bangladesh had also stressed that India-Bangladesh relations are paramount and he will work towards it. So we'll have to see that how Mr. Yunus addresses this entire issue of extraditing Sheikh Hasina from India.
All right, Ghazali, thanks very much for joining us for the latest there. So, of course, Yunus talking about an election roadmap as well. That's going to be crucial, given the fact that we saw the kind of anarchy that we did in Bangladesh after that military coup.